So I want to talk about how, honestly, this era is the best time to have a life crisis. There is quarter life or midlife. I feel like I've been semi kind of by proxy interacting with people who are showing signs of some type of crises if they've not outright just said like I'm going through a midlife crisis and it's been going on for 3 years or whatever the case. So as someone I've had a quarter life crisis. Of course, in the moment, I didn't know it was that, but like looking back, um, I'm like, oh yeah, that was a QLC. Yeah. So I definitely had a QLC. This is why I sense it in people when I talk with them, even just casually, just meeting them for the first time. I'm like, it's, it's giving quarter life crisis. It's giving some type of crisis. Um, and I actually think this is if you're going to have a crisis, I actually believe this is the best time to have one because our systems right now with artificial intelligence, with humanoid bots, all this, they are they are really transforming everything in terms of, how we've known them, how we've done things for a long time. A lot of things are being transformed and they're really changing. And so if you are ready to change your whole life as well, and look, let me just make a caveat here. I am very, very pro marriage. I am not pro somebody waking up one day who has made a holy covenant with God and saying, I'm not feeling this anymore. I gotta go. I'm not pro that. Like, grow up. Okay. I'm not pro that. I'm not pro just up and leaving your marriage or up and leaving your children, or that's not what I'm talking about here. But I am talking about if you know just outside of that, you really need to change, you really need to go in a different direction, you really want to, make some changes to, you know, yourself personally, your lifestyle, maybe your location, all of these things, your career, your sector of your work. This is the time because everything is changing anyway, truly. Everything in terms of what we've known to be considered success, what we've known to be considered the trajectory and the game plan to stability and security, everything that we've known in terms of kind of like the life arc, and even I think even how long we think we're going to be alive, or when we think we're going to retire, or even this idea of retirement or not. All of this is changing. Whether our leaders and the media want to be very frank with us or not, I'm letting you know as an innovation researcher, I'm at the front row seat of a lot of this, and things are really going to change. Whether they give you the straight answer as to what is the real reason for the changes or not, um, I'm letting you know artificial intelligence and the platforms that are being developed um, under this umbrella of technology is absolutely leading to a lot of change. A lot of change. So if this is the time, if this is a time in your life where you're just feeling like I absolutely just need a reset, a restart, whatever, I'm not even really sure which direction I'm going. Perfect. Perfect. Actually, you in your life crisis, your quarter life or midlife, it doesn't matter. And even the definition of midlife is going to change. And I think even quarter life is going to change because, again, like I said, artificial intelligence, all this, I think we're really going to get to a place where people are living much longer. But you are actually in the best place. You are the best positioned. I think even almost mentally, almost mentally in the best place, maybe not emotionally, but mentally, because your brain is already ready and wanting to rewire towards something else, right? And the people who are going to suffer the most with all of the AI transformation, the people who are going to suffer the most are the people who are so locked in and so tied to and rigid and holding on to their identities. Whether, in particular, their identity attached to their vocation and career and education and credentials, right? And even like the status that comes with, all of that, because that can change too, right? I mean, if we're getting to a place where your credentials are maybe not going to mean as much if you're in the knowledge economy and AI is smarter than everyone. mm, um, you might start to realize that your status ranking has changed now because some 20-year-old wonder kid who built something in their basement in like 7 days is is now earning more, and I don't know, maybe didn't have to go through the same trajectory as you had to for success and earnings and all that. Either way, point being, everything's going to be a bit flipped upside down. That's the truth. And I know how humans are. They're always going to find some way to differentiate themselves to remain at a certain place in status. And so there'll be other markers of status that will come and take place of, traditional education and all that. However, that's a whole other conversation. However, you will see that the people that are so locked in and rigid on who they see themselves as and who they see their life, how they see their life unfolding in the future are the ones who are going to really suffer the most under AI transformation. So if you are in a life crisis now where like, I've got to change things, something's got to change. I don't know what it is, but something has to change. You are actually your brain is really well primed for this future that we're going to be living in. What I can do as a coach is help you get really, really clear on direction going forward, on what old systems to leave behind, and what old stories and identities you're attached to, how to move forward with clarity. We focus one-on-one on how to get you through that dark night of the soul, get you to the other side, have you leap to the other side and have a soft landing. And as someone who is a survivor of a quarter life crisis, I would I would be able to really just give you some insight and feedback and really empathize about where you are right now, and just kind of getting through that and bridging through that without completely scorch earthing your entire life to the point where you're making it harder than it needs to be to restart, um, restart your new life. So calendar is open for coaching calls, and would love to talk to anyone going through a life crisis right now. I am here to encourage you that this is the best time to go through a life crisis. You are right on track with everything going on with AI transformation, and automation, and everything that's happening. You are mentally best primed. Now let's get you emotionally best primed and get you to a place where you're taking the right action in the right direction with clarity. So calendars open to talk with anyone about this. Would love to hear from you.